So I called games in the ACC all season long. I also played for Lane Kiffin in college. And while the rest of the world's all hyped up on Indiana, Oregon, I got tonight's matchup circled between Ole Miss and Miami. Ole Miss gave Kiff a choice. If he accepted the job at their conference rival LSU for the next season, he'd have to leave Ole Miss just before their playoff run. And on November 30th, Kiff got on that plane to Baton Rouge. Whether forcing his hand was fair or not, the decision made one thing abundantly clear. Lane Kiffin believed that he had a better shot building from scratch at LSU and winning a national title there over his existing spot, Ole Miss, which now is one of the final four teams. Fast forward just 5 weeks and Ole Miss is 2 wins away from becoming national champs. Vegas has the odds of bringing a title back to Oxford at 6-1. Everyone outside the state of Louisiana and without the last name Kiffin are hoping the Rebs pull this out. Well, and of course the fan bases in Miami and Eugene and Bloomington. There's just one giant problem in their way.
Trail 5. MIA, Dean County. Y'all already know what time it is. Throw them U's up. Throw them U's up. We gonna let the band deal with this.
The Canes are holding their opponents to just 13.1 points per game. That's the number 4 scoring defense in the country. And on offense, they're averaging 31.6 points per game. Under new head coach Pete Golden, the Rebs have found something, but Miami might be the reason they lose it. You guys know the deal. We got to check out the film to know for sure. The ghost of Lane Kiffin might be in the building, but the team has found their own new identity. The offense is completely different from when I played for Kiffin at USC, and we've talked about it. They got wider formations, it's up-tempo, it's no longer pro-style. Regardless, in that Georgia game, Trinidad Chambliss looked like a baller. And all I'm saying is that with Kiffin, no one was really talking about him as a legitimate NFL prospect. Without Kiffin, this game, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just people are now getting into draft season. Trinidad Chambliss is being talked about as a first-round quarterback. At the time of me filming this, though, he just announced he's coming back to college. So lucky for us college football fans. All right here we got 2 of Trinidad's 3 longest throws in the game versus Georgia. Both are fade routes, and both are to Deshaun Stribling, shout out former Washington State Cougar. And I said that Kewan Lacey might be the most underrated player in college football. Dude, Stribling is right next to him. We're like not giving the skill players for Ole Miss credit until this very week. But Stribling right here, he's in the slot. He's got a fade route here, fade route right here. And then on the outside, you got a little hitch, you got a little out route, you got a dig route by the tight end. Georgia on this one is lucky this wasn't a touchdown, to be honest. Trinidad's going to throw on time. Look at him manage this snap, too. Oh, it's the next play. That snap was totally fine. Getting the ball out. Gets the ball out quick. Doesn't allow sacks to happen. Right here, another fade route. This time, top of the screen, Stribling, one-on-one. You're going to have to manage this safety if you're Trinidad. They're going to give a run fake the opposite way. Tight end's going to go into the flat. Lot for that safety to manage. If this safety chops his feet or gets downhill at all, instead of getting over the top of this go ball, well then Trinidad, I'm sure this is an alert on the outside. Take this and hit it. Ole Miss, dude, that's one thing. Like we call these like, 50-50 balls or whatever. Dude, they make this look like easy slants and out routes all day long, all season long. One of the things that impresses me the most about Trinidad Chambliss, he gets the ball out of his hands quickly, which then as a result, he doesn't take sacks at all. Like get this, no quarterback in FBS history has finished a season with 3,500 plus passing yards, 500 plus rushing yards, no more than 15 interceptions, and no more than 15 sacks taken. Chambliss is on pace to do just that. And it shows up on film as well. This play right here, like those throws, there's a lot of college quarterbacks that can make those throws. This play right here, to me, was the most impressive play. And there was one other throw I liked too, so I won't exaggerate it. But this play I loved, and it shows his mobility. And this is the type of play to me that gets you from, oh, he's a very good college quarterback to like, yo, he might be able to start for me on Sundays. Right here, he's got this receiver motion and down. He'll be on a little return route. 5-yard out by this receiver. And then you got double dig by these 2 receivers. And then the spacing gets condensed. It's good defense by Georgia, poor by the tight end. It's just bad spacing all around. But Trinidad makes a What could have been a disastrous play, he escapes basically both ways and then leaks it out to a receiver into the flat for a nice gain. Check this out. Ignore the concept I just drew. I'm just giving that for perspective. Look at Trinidad's feet. Managing this pocket, showing that he has confidence. He's not playing scared or like quickly throwing the ball away. Like that's what I did back in the day. Now he's trying to make plays, twist and turning around. That's Georgia defenders. Little shovel pass, little Brett Favre. Picking up a nice gain, that's big time. What could have been a disastrous play turns into a positive play. And Georgia's defense is legit, but Miami's defensive line is even better. The Canes are anchored by Ruben Bain Jr. and Akheem Mesidor, and the group as a whole combined for 19 sacks on the year. And the film shows it's not just speed or beating up on lesser talent, it's also how the scheme uses them. And what jumped out to me in the film versus Ohio State is putting both Bain and Mesidor on the same side. If you've been watching my videos all season long, we've watched a lot of Miami's defensive line. We've talked a lot about Ruben Bain. On that note, if you're liking this video, hit the subscribe button down below. Don't miss any of this content. But against Ohio State, line up both these guys next to each other rather than on opposite ends. Opposite ends is great too. But when they're right next to each other, that is a handful for a guard and a tackle to communicate on. That showed up here on the sack for Julian Sayin. I'll give you the back view after the coach's view. But both guys are right here. 1 and 2, and they're going to stunt. One guy's up, one guy's down, puts the center in a blender, puts the guard in a blender, puts the tackle in a blender, and it ultimately is putting Julian Sayin in a blender as well. You can see him changing the protection. He's worried about both guys getting over there. Offensive line doesn't communicate, and you got 3 guys that ultimately don't block their man. So you can see Julian Sayin, he's like, we got issues over here, fellas. We got one of the best pass rushers in college football and another great pass rusher in college football. Shoot, this dude right here he'll probably be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. Anyways, you're going upfield here, and then around here. This center's going to kick out to try to get Bain looping all around. He's got no shot. And then I just thought this was kind of funny. Check out this tight end. He tries to like chip Bain, but he chips Bain like right into the interior of the offensive line, just helping his case. And ultimately, Julian Sayin pays the price for that. But this, to me, is Charlie Weis and Trinidad Chambliss's biggest concern. And as a result, I think their quick game package is going to be front of mind in the first couple drives of the game. On defense, Pete Golden said that he wants to suffocate opposing offenses. And in the Sugar Bowl versus Georgia, the Ole Miss defense was a puzzle that Gunnar Stockton could not solve. I got a couple examples here of Gunnar Stockton changing things at the line of scrimmage, whether it was the play itself or the protection. But ultimately, the Ole Miss defense is the one that prevails successful. Check out this. So you can see the communication in the backfield goes under center. 2 guys stick out defensively for Ole Miss. The safety in the corner. This looks like cover 3 body language, right? You have one high deep safety and another safety down low. He's down low because, well, they're disguising it. But what's going to happen from this cover 3 look is they're bringing corner cat Ole Miss is. They're blitzing this corner. This safety who's rolled down is going to roll back into a deep half player. I forget what this safety ultimately does, but the top 2 guys are the ones that matter the most. Gunnar Stockton's going to fake this run fake, and he ultimately misses. This receiver gets all twisted and turned around. But regardless, it's a good defensive call. You're calling corner cat into a wide zone fake, and then having your corner ultimately bail off the blitz, cover the running back, you cover the downfield receivers, you got Gunnar Stockton thinking, and then like, what the heck was that? It's miscommunication, receiver gets turned around. I don't know. They're all messed up. It happens again here. You're going to see Gunnar Stockton go to the line of scrimmage. He's changing things. And then you're also going to see middle linebacker. I guess this is technically the will linebacker for Ole Miss. He sees Gunnar Stockton change. All right, we're going to change with you. We're going to change our defense. Defensively, it looks like very much man body language across the way, right? That's what they're giving Georgia. I'm sure that's what Gunnar Stockton is checking to. The route concept, you got Branch on a deep out. Stockton misses this read. Branch is open. He misses him. That's you're not grading out successfully there quarterback wise. Then you got an out route here and a go route on the top. I already told you they miss Branch on this side. Stockton gets flushed out. But the moral of the story is you got an Ole Miss defense given man body language. And then side note, but big note, they choose to go cover 3. Deep third, deep third, deep third. This safety rolls down. Cover 3 and man might not seem that much different when you're sitting on the couch. Still middle field closed read, so your whole concept and your whole progression doesn't change. But your man beaters you're instantly going to, they don't necessarily work versus cover 3. Again, check out Branch in the slot here. Out route, Gunnar Stockton just misses it. Clean pocket, missed read because of this Pete Golden defense. And then last one here, just for good measure. What do you know? Gunnar Stockton, go to the line of scrimmage, checking something, changing something. Ole Miss might change as well. Big reason why offenses utilize motion is because if a defender goes with them, it's a clear indicator for man. Look they're going to motion Branch across the screen, right? No one goes with them. No one goes with them. As a quarterback, you might think, oh, then that's zone coverage. It's not. Ole Miss does a great job passing this off, and it's going to stay in man coverage. The corner on the outside, this guy is going to have Branch, who tries to go a stop and go for a touchdown shot. Gunnar Stockton misses the read with what becomes the slot receiver on this safety. Inside leverage safety, you got an out route against him. This guy's open on the out route right here. And I think Gunnar Stockton misses this because of the indecision on what coverage he's getting. Tries to force it to Branch. You got an out route open. That might look covered in the college football playoff, Division I football. No, that's open. And speaking of the Georgia offense, Carson Beck, the now Miami Hurricane signal caller, he's resurrected his career in 2025 after a 2024 where he threw 12 picks as the dog signal caller. His stock's been rising, and if guys keep coming back to school, Carson Beck might find himself in the top round draft conversation. I know some of us are waiting for the interception at the absolute worst time that he sometimes has a tendency to do, but I don't think that's coming in the Ole Miss game. And it's not because Ole Miss is 95th in the country in interceptions forced percentage. It's because I think Carson Beck, he's got something. I still take Trinidad Chambliss, but Carson Beck can make you pay. And this right here is what I think this game's going to come down to. It's 3rd and 8. Can Carson Beck convert through the air when it's going to be tight coverage and contested catches? Here, you'll see the concept on the bottom of the screen. They got a little like spray release curl, and then you got a like in breaking up corner route, and it's going to be a contested catch right here on this curl route. Carson Beck paints it on his left shoulder. If he's a foot in the wrong direction, sorry, my pen's all screwy there, then this is incomplete. Play action, tight coverage, ball there, right on the shoulder pad, and then we got the back view as well. Check this out. Play fake. This is tight coverage, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hitch up, ball, boom, move the chains. I could talk about this game for an hour, and I'm sorry this video didn't come out a few days earlier. Your boy was coming back from all the from a little travel in New Year's. On that note, Happy New Year to everyone. Enjoy the game tonight. If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting subscribe and like this video down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Tomorrow, we got the Indiana-Oregon matchup coming.